We compared a plant cell to Hogwarts, the fictional school of witchcraft and wizardry from the famous book and movie series Harry Potter.
The nucleus of a cell assembles ribosomes within the nucleus. Dumbledore represents the nucleolus because he is the headmaster of Hogwarts.
The nucleus would be Dumbledore's office due to him giving most instruction from there, in comparison to the nucleus giving instruction to all of the organelles. There is a bird statue outside of Dumbledore's office that controls who goes inside. This represents the nuclear membrane. The membrane allows specific things in and out of the nucleus.
The moving staircases allow students to go to different places and transport them to where they need to go, just like the endoplasmic reticulum that exports the proteins.
She knows more about you than you do.
Who doesn't? What's happening?
The staircases change, remember?
Ribosomes are proteins that move throughout the cell. This will represent the students at Hogwarts because they move through the school and go to specific areas where needed.
Vesicles ship proteins out of the cell to where they're needed in the body. Brooms will be vesicles because this is how students move.
The Golgi apparatus sorts and packages the proteins in the cell. This represents the owlery, which sorts letters that the owls send to and from the students.
Have a lovely day at the office, dear.
Shoot! Good!
Vacuoles store liquid in the cell. The Great Lake on campus represents this being the water source.
The Great Hall is where the students eat and obtain energy. This represents the mitochondria because it produces the energy for the cell.
Chloroplasts make the food that produces energy for the cell. This represents the greenhouse on campus of Hogwarts because it grows the produce that goes in the kitchen and potions used in Hogwarts.
Welcome to Greenhouse 3 second years. Now gather round, everyone. Today we're going to repot mandrake.
Lysosomes recycle the harmful parts of the cell and remove them. Lysosomes represent Argus Filch because he enforces the rules on the students.
Centrals organize cell diffusion. The sorting hat represents this due to how it sorts students in the different houses.
Better be Gryffindor!
Chromosomes are DNA and RNA, the blueprint of the cell. Marauder's map represents chromosomes because it has the entire blueprint of the school and where people are in the school.
Messrs. Mooney, Wormtail, Padfoot and Prongs are proud to present the Marauder's map.
We owe them so much.
Hang on. This is Hogwarts. And that... no.
The magic that fills the school represents the cytoplasm in the cell because it fills the entire cell.
So well!
The cytoskeleton holds the cell in place. This would represent the hallways of Hogwarts because of how they support the school.
The cell membrane controls what enters and leaves the cell. This represents the enchantment spell put around Hogwarts in the last book, slash film that controlled what people entered and left the school.
Take your maximum reality during Take your maximum.
Finally, the cell wall outlines the entire cell, holds it together, and gives it structure. This represents platform 9 3/4 because it separates the magical territory of Hogwarts from the normal world.
Harry. No way.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Join me